Hi, I'm Tim Ashe. I'm the president of the Vermont State Senate and a candidate to become Vermont's next lieutenant governor. I'll just start by telling you a little bit about myself. I am a UVM grad, and within a few days of graduation, I started working in the office of Bernie Sanders here in Vermont, and this was back when he was a U.S. House member. So I spent the next few years traveling the state with him, a car seat away. I uh, learned quite a lot from working so close with Bernie. And I think the thing that stuck with me most was his real sense that people who don't have political connections, who don't have a ton of money, shouldn't get pushed around anywhere in our society. And that has really stuck with me, maybe more than anything. It's sometimes tempting to try to model yourself after other people. I'm my own person. Bernie's his own person. But Ed has just stuck with me and really informed the way I've approached public service over the years. From there, I went to work for Community Action, running a statewide housing project to support people who live in mobile home parks when their park owners were letting things decline or fall apart. I would work with the residents to make sure things got fixed. That led to a nearly 10-year career at Cathedral Square, which is the state's largest developer of affordable housing for older Vermonters. And we created or renovated about 400 homes and developed some solar projects along the way. So just an amazing experience. I was able to meet so many Vermonters who were able to share their whole histories with me and really gave me just such a deep appreciation for the rich history of our state, but also the importance of taking care of older Vermonters. And it's not a very fashionable political issue, but something I'm really, really determined to be proactive about in my work normally, but also as lieutenant governor. I have been in the Senate since 2009 and the president for the last 4 years, and I've been so blessed to have an opportunity to play a leadership role in the state, helping us dig out from what are often problems that have been decades in the making. And it's very tempting in this day and age to think, okay, the problem's been building for 30 or 40 years, let's solve it in 1 year. Well, that's not how you solve major problems. Usually it takes some time to turn it around. An example is the state colleges. The low funding levels for decades is not something that you just walk in and flip a switch and suddenly it's fixed, but worked with the speaker to block the proposal to close 3 campuses so that we can really take a deep breath and make sure we're adequately funding the system and providing meaningful opportunities throughout the state to young people. I have had my hand in virtually every policy area, and whether it's been leadership helping fund our lake and river cleanup, something that had eluded previous governors and legislators, to protecting women's reproductive rights, to advancing gun safety legislation, to helping rebuild our very fragile mental health system, first in the nation legislation to allow for the safe reimportation of drugs from Canada to save Vermonters money, strongest new legislation in America to protect kids from lead in drinking water at schools and childcare facilities, strongest legislation in the nation regarding single-use plastics and all the waste that creates, and on and on and on. But perhaps as the Senate's leader, the thing I'm most proud of is the role I've played helping lead us so far through COVID-19. Back in March, I had just announced that I was intending to run for lieutenant governor, and then the state of emergency was declared, and I had to put my campaign on hold so that I could help lead the state through those difficult days. And while that definitely set my campaign back, I would make the same choice 100 times out of 100 if I had to keep making that choice. And so one of the things I've really also done as the leader of the Senate is I told all the senators the day I was sworn in as their leader that I would treat every county just like the one I live in. And I have tried to really stay true to that. I've made sure that legislative committees in the Senate have gotten out of the State House to hear directly from people in the field and in the communities, and they've been to Rutland and every other county in the state. When it comes to Rutland itself, I've been very proud to help lead some of the policy and funding decisions that led to the Hickory Street redevelopment, the revitalization of that community, given everything that was going on there. Just an absolutely inspirational story. Also helped write and fund the first-time homeowner down payment assistance program, which has now helped more than 1,000 young families buy their first home, about 150 or so in Rutland County, and almost maybe 60 of them in Rutland City. So that is exactly the kind of program that's realistic and that we can build upon to make sure that more people can afford to live here, especially young families who are setting out on their careers. So as I look back, I'm really proud of my legacy as the leader of the Vermont Senate, raising the minimum wage to help 40,000 workers, the hazard pay grant program that I helped write, which will benefit 15,000 people who are at the front line of fighting COVID-19, protecting our K through 12 system from some proposals to make deep cuts. The list goes on, but really I don't want to try to sum up my legislative life with some kind of laundry list. If you follow the news, you've seen the work I've been doing, and I look forward to being the next lieutenant governor and have a real appreciation for the great challenge we face. And I feel ready on day one to both support the governor, whoever is elected the next governor, also to be a very helpful guide and assist to the legislators who are elected and sworn in. Thank you and stay safe.